I want to take the remote. So for that, one cable is available in the market, that is console cable. The name of that cable is console cable, and that console cable is also known as rollover cable. And in console cable, one side is serial port and one side is RJ45 port. If I will show you here, just not rollover cable. So here you can see this is rollover cable. Right? If you want to ever configure your switch or your router, so that time firstly you have to need this cable. In this cable you can see one side is RJ45 port and one side is serial port. This serial port you have to connect in your PC side, means you have to connect the serial port in your PC, and that RJ45 you have to connect in your switch or router to take the display. So the same thing is there. Here we have to need the console cable. So on second number that is available, that is console cable. This time you have to select this cable, then click on PC. In PC we have two ports. As we discussed, if you want to create that topology, if you want to create the network, so that time we have to select the fast Ethernet port. But this time I want to take the remote. I don't want to create the topology or I don't want to create the network. So that means this time we have to need serial port, as we seen in the cable also. So we have to need serial port. So here you can see the first one, RS. RS means registered serial. So we have to click on this RS 232. Then click on switch. In switch we have this console port, right? Console port. In real case also you will find one port like RJ45, but in bottom side you can see the name of that port, that is console port. Click on that console port now. So now it is connected. Now I will click on this PC, and to take the display click on desktop, then click on terminal, then OK and enter. So here you can see this is the display of switch. Now see everyone. When you will log in your switch, when you will take the display of your switch, that time you will get this type of words here, switch and then greater than. So actually, if you want to work on that Cisco IOS CLI, so we have to understand the mode of that CLI. Here the mainly three modes is there, right? Mainly three mode you have to understand. If you will understand that mode, so easily you can work on this CLI. Otherwise, it will feel like you tough. So what is the use of that mode actually? The first is this mode is known as user mode. When you will log in your switch, that time you will get this type of lines like switch and greater than. That is user mode. User mode is the basic mode of the switch and the first mode of the switch. On this mode, you can run only some basic commands. Like if you want to ping with any other switch, if you connected multiple switch in a topology, and if you want to ping from any switch to any other switch. So that time you have to run command on this mode. And if I will show you, so you can see here only that much command we can run there, right? On this IOS CLI, if you want to see the help, so for that we can type this question mark word. By question mark, we can get all the executed command here. We have only that much command we can run. So that is the basic mode. We can't run anything here. We can only ping and we can do some basic things like telnet to take the remote, terminal, trace route, disconnect, disable, connect. We can run only that much command. If you want to go to next mode, so to next mode we have this command enable. When you will type this command, now you can see the change. Switch and head. There is the second mode. This is called privilege mode. Privilege mode means what? On this mode, you can verify the configuration. Verify the configuration means what? You can see the existing configuration. If anything configured on your machine, on your switch, and if you want to check that, if you want to show the any setting, any configuration, so that time you have to run the command on this mode, on this privilege mode. Suppose if I want to check the IP of switch, so where I can check on this mode I can. And suppose if I want to check the available port, enable port, disable port or anything if I want to check, or in simple word, if I want to show the configuration. So we have to run command on this mode. And then next mode is you have to type config t. This is in shortcut, and you can also type this full command configure terminal. Configure terminal. This is a complete command, but in short, you can run this command like this also. Config t, enter. Now you can see switch config hash. This is the third mode. That is called global configuration mode, and this is the mode on which you can modify any setting. If you want to modify, if you want to set anything, if you want to change anything, so you have to run command on this mode, right? You have to run command on this mode, and on this mode, on the switch hash, you can only show the configuration. You can't modify, you can't change. If you want to change, if you want to configure anything, you have to need this mode. Switch config hash. This is called global configuration mode, right? So here we can run the command to change anything. Or just a minute. Here also you can see that thing like that Cisco IUS CLI mode, which we learned. So the Cisco IUS command line interface is a user interface used for configuring monitoring Cisco devices. Means it is available on switch also, it is available on router also. So you can configure anything. So first mode is when you will work on this. So this is called user mode, as we see. When you will log in on your switch or router, that time you will see this type of mode. That is called user mode. This is the first mode after logging into the switch. Only basic command can be executed here, like ping, enable, and some more commands as we discussed here. If you want to go to next mode, so we have to type this command, enable. When you will type this command, you will get this mode, privilege mode, which has this is called privilege mode. On this mode, that mode is allowed to verification to the configuration, reloading and erasing the configuration, but there is no privilege to modify the configuration. Means you can see the configuration, you can verify the configuration, but you can't modify the configuration. And one more thing we can do on that mode, if you want to save your setting, if you want to erase your setting, so also you can save or erase on this mode. If you want to change, if you want to modify, so you have to go to next mode. To go next mode, you can type this command configure terminal, or in short you can type this config t. Then you will get this mode switch config hash. On this mode, you can change any configuration, like all configuration commands could be given in this mode. This helps to modify or create new configuration. You can modify any configuration or you can create any new configuration using this mode. So that means you have to understand these three modes. So now let me know if anyone has any doubt on these modes. Only three modes you have to remember. And this is like, suppose if you are working in an organization. So in organization, you also have some modes there. Modes means you have the department like HR department, account department, IT department. So the work or the responsibility of the department is different. Like the HR responsibility is to hire the people and to means at the resignation time they have the responsibility. Account department has the responsibility to give the salary, means to maintain the accounts, everything. And the IT department responsibility is to manage the IT, means all the IT devices or all the computer devices they has to manage. So that is the responsibility of that department. So the same thing is there. Means that is called we can say that mode is like the department. Means on every mode the different responsibility is there. Means on first mode you can run some basic commands only. On second mode you can save the configuration only. On third mode you can change the configuration. Right? Now let me know. Is that clear for everyone?